Hello and welcome to this year's and probably the start of a new tradition where I talk about the games I played this year. Not all of them, just the ones that really stood out to me. There's probably more that I forgot, but they didn't quite make the cut because they didn't stand out. Alright, so here they go in order. I have them separated into 4 different categories. I have the category, the surprises, the disappointments, and what I'm looking forward to. So here they are. Alright, first and foremost on the well duh category is Overwatch. This may come as a shock to absolutely 0 people, but Overwatch is great. It's a fun game. What really made it actually get on this list though is the 1v1 modes. You'll notice on some of my videos that I have been playing that quite a bit, and it's what makes the game fun for me. I really hope that they come out with a ranked 1v1. That'd make me very happy. But yeah, that's why it made the list, the 1v1s. I would definitely recommend playing this game with friends. Playing by yourself is kind of boring unless you're doing 1v1s. Do 1v1s all the time. No sleep, no eat, just 1v1s. The next in the well duh category is Civilization 6. And you may be thinking, but 5's so much better. Well, here's the thing. I didn't get 5. I couldn't understand. I couldn't wrap my brain around it. And it's probably just due to me being a big dummy head. But Civ 6 was the first Civilization game in probably since the SNES Civilization game that I fully wrapped my head around all of the different stats and the way things work, and it was so satisfying to finally get that full circle of just how everything worked together. It finally, after so long of playing Civ games, because I mean I like the idea of Civ games, but this was definitely the first that I've actually really got a chance to dive in and just explore and figure out, and it was satisfying. And I really am happy with this Civilization, and I'm excited to see some DLC. I'm excited for all the new content. It's good. The next game in the well duh category is 7 Days to Die. It is a game by Fun Pimps, and it is very fun if you're into survival. It is a very player versus environment game. It's not like Rust where it's like player versus player a whole bunch. They did a lot of updates this year. I'm really happy with the direction of the game. I would recommend playing this game with friends. You can also play solo, which I did to build this castle, which was a lot of fun. They have drawbridges, so having a castle is very satisfying. But yeah, this game made Game of the Year because I got a lot of time into it. I just really enjoyed it. Not Game of the Year. Game of the category-ness. I don't know. I'm glad I decided to do this, not coordinated at all. The next one on the well duh category is Stardew Valley. This game got on the list because it is absolutely brilliant. It's got all sorts of things. Okay, so here's why it really made the list. It's something that me and Kira had been looking into for a very long time. Like, we had been wanting a multiplayer harvesting farming game, and we saw this and we're like, okay, sweet. And it came out, it didn't have multiplayer, and we were like, okay, well they plan on adding it. And so we bought it anyways. We started playing it, and I come to find out you can do combat and stuff. And so that's what I spent a lot of my time doing, was going down to the dungeons and fighting, while Kira on her own game was enjoying the farming aspect and all that. It was rewarding to have a way that we could both enjoy the same game in different ways. That was really cool, and we could talk about all the crazy stuff that happened, and it was really fun. So if you're looking for something to get that sense of like completing something, that satisfaction of working through something, like you're like fixing up your farm and stuff like that, I definitely recommend Stardew Valley.
As before, it seeks to
Nah. Not this one. This one. Okay, so the reason World of Warcraft is on here is because this year we all got decent computers finally, and we've been playing World of Warcraft together. So basically what we do is we take off any leveling gear or take off any enhancements, and we go try to like 3-man dungeons. At level 10, we go to Ragefire Chasm, and we try to solo it, just the 3 of us. It's like a raid, but it's a dungeon. It's really satisfying to like each step along the way is really satisfying. It's building teamwork. It was really fun for our family, and I think that's the reason why it made this list. I mean that, and because I mean it's World of Warcraft. Oh, and battle pets. Lots and lots of battle pets. Divinity Original Sin made it into the well duh category. It is just great. It's got a lot of stats. It's got very good customization of your character. You get to pick exactly what you are. I love the traits. I love spending my points. I love finding things. I love selling things. It's what an action RPG should always be focused around. Just all of whatever they did to this game. It's amazing. What really actually got me excited about this game was seeing that Divinity Original Sin 2 came out. And so I hadn't played the first one, and 2 was expensive. And not only that, but it wasn't complete, which was a big turnoff for me. I can't justify a single player game that's early access. Anywho, so I was really looking into this one, and I played it with a friend of mine, and it was just absolutely so much fun. I definitely recommend playing with a friend. I don't see it being too much fun alone. Now this game, Salt, is the first in the surprises list, and it's something I played back in March. So I actually had to like sit down, like look through my Steam list and try to remember everything I kind of played this year. And this is definitely one that stood out. It's very satisfying in a exploration and figuring out the crafting and finding the little mysteries and discovering new things and finding things. It's really satisfying in this exploration crafting way that I can't really, I guess, describe. And it's really a soothing game with all the water noises, and it's relaxing and it's soothing. And when I first got the game, I just sunk so many hours into it because they have a hardcore mode, which I think more games should have, for sure. And what really made me enjoy it so much was trying to not die, because the monsters, when I first playing it, I don't know how it is now, it's been 9 months, but when I first playing it, the monsters were quite a bit to deal with. I would definitely recommend, if you want to enjoy this game to the full potential, to not look up anything. Just explore and just have fun, figure stuff out. You're going to enjoy the game a lot more, I think, if you do that than versus looking things up. Once you're done with the game and you've sunk enough hours into it that you're satisfied and you're ready to move on, then I would suggest looking stuff up to see what you missed. All the little trinkets, because I guarantee you missed stuff. There's so much to this game. It's crazy. Granted, the UI is far from polished. Some would call it atrocious. I would not disagree with them, but that's a small petty gripe for how good this game is. The culling made this list because I was looking for a battle royale game, and I wasn't really hip with H1Z1 at the time. It felt clunky, and I don't know if I really like the H1Z1 shoot all the time kind of feel. I'm more interested in like traps, and this one was more of a melee, traps, bows, that type of combat system, which definitely was way more interesting to me. And that's the reason why I kind of had to choose between H1Z1 and this, and I definitely chose this for those specific reasons. It was really fun to like hold up in a house and trap it up and watch as people try to come in to kill you and try to take advantage of their sickness and traps, and it was a lot of fun. I don't know if I recommend this game at its current state just because I don't know what that is and the population of it, but I had a lot of fun with it this year. This game made it on the surprises list because the first thing I saw in the name of this game was RuneScape. And at the time, my opinion of RuneScape was not very high. I mean, not that I've ever thought RuneScape was a bad game. I just view it as a very old, outdated game, which it still may very well be. And probably totally is. But when I saw a review of the game, and it looked really good, I actually downloaded it and played it, and holy crap, it was amazing. It redefined what I think of card games, and I was just absolutely impressed. They really pushed the boundaries of TCG. Actually, it's not TCG, it's CCG, because there's no trading. And I really enjoyed playing it. I loved crafting my little deck. I loved that each hero had their own like mana or their own source that they kind of balanced up and down. I played a lot of the vampire chick, where she had to balance her health, and like if she was low health, she did bonus damage. But I didn't want to die, so I'd use a lot of like low health spells and then life suck or stuff like that to get to heal back up. It was fun creating strategies around that, and I definitely recommend this game, especially if you're looking for something to play for free and not have to spend like money on. I'd recommend this game for anybody who's really looking for a different type of trading card game. The best way to enjoy this game would definitely be to pick one hero and kind of just figure out how they work. Make a deck that seems fun. Go a little crazy with it. Do crazy things. Kingdom made the list because it has gorgeous pixel art. It has a very unique gameplay. It's very simplistic gameplay, but it's strategic. There's not a lot to say about the game without really spoiling a whole bunch, but it's another game where I wouldn't look things up. I think you'll enjoy learning like what everything does yourself. And don't be discouraged if you lose a few times, because that's gonna happen. It's not an easy game. They just released an update that added a lot more content to it, so that's really nice. This game is not for everyone. I say that because the controls are something you really have to get used to. And I don't think it's a bad control scheme at all. I'm not saying that for sure. I just think they are very unique controls. You have to swing everything. Controlling your character feels clunky in the beginning, and I'm still learning, and I'm way better than I was in the beginning. And I love that the game has a default, no other way than default hardcore one life death. To me, that's exciting. That's the kind of challenge that I kind of wanted that from that game. That's the challenge. Like, you want to be challenged, this is the one. And it pays off. It's really satisfying when you've beaten the boss, or you've beaten this guy that's killed you 3 times, and it's happened way too many times. It's glorifying and satisfying. And I definitely recommend the game for those who are looking for a real challenge and don't mind learning some new controls. And don't mind sucking for a while, because you're going to suck. It's weird, it's awkward, but you get used to it. And when you do, you feel good. the disappointments. These games aren't disappointments because they were bad. I didn't want to put any like bad games up here. I wanted everything up here to be a good game. But I wanted to talk about why they were disappointments. Not because they were disappointments for everyone or that they had bad rep. I don't know. Street creds. No. These games were disappointments for me personally. The first one on the list is Dark Souls 3. Now, this game, I had really not a lot of problems with it. It was a fun game. But hear me out. When I played Demon Souls, me and my friend, we raced. And that made fighting monsters and dying, like every time I was to die, that's him getting ahead a little bit further. And so it added this extra layer of depth of trying to improve faster than he's improving at the game. And that made the game really, really exciting for me. And we did the same thing for Dark Souls 1. And we did the same things for Dark Souls 2. And that extra layer of depth to the game really made it fun. We didn't do it for Dark Souls 3. And we were both like, let's just enjoy the game and try to play it and enjoy it in a slow manner. And it kind of got to the point where it didn't feel like I was challenged. It more felt like it was an inevitability that I was going to beat the game. Like, I could keep trying and I could beat the game, but where's the satisfaction in the inevitability rather than something else? Granted, we did agree that it was not as much fun doing it our normal way, so we're going to be not playing the game for probably about a year, and then we'll come back to it, and then we'll race. And so I'll probably love it then. It'll probably be on my next year's Game of the Year edition. So watch out for that. Total War Warhammer was definitely the closest I got to enjoying a Total War game. I tried Rome Total War 2 and I couldn't get it. I just didn't enjoy it. I really did like the atmosphere of Total War Warhammer, just set in that Warhammer universe. I liked the strategic points of Total War Warhammer. I just didn't really like the combat system. I'm not a big like controlling a whole bunch of units. I'd rather have like my one unit and fighting that. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. The combat system just, it felt awkward to me, and I just sucked at it, to be honest. XCOM 2 got a disappointment because I just couldn't get into the game. The difficulty on the most difficult setting was crushing, and I couldn't force myself to go down to a lower setting. I felt derpy. And so I think, honestly, I kind of ruined the game for myself. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I probably did. But I'm never super big into sci-fi already. And so maybe that just maybe pushed me over the edge. There are two games that I'm very much looking forward to in 2017. The first one is Eater, which is a pixel art Dark Souls. That's the best way I love to describe it. And it looks great. I'm excited for the pixel art. It's something that inspired me to do better pixel art. It's something when I first started, I was like, oh man, that looks so good. So it's something that just stuck with me, and I look forward to playing the game whenever he decides to finish it, or whenever they decide to finish it. They've been quiet on the Western Front, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. A streamer buddy of mine named Crazy Wish earned enough schmoes on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/TheShmoJoe, to purchase himself a pixel art of whatever he wanted. And so he's a streamer, and he wanted some new art for his page. And so he requested something mysterious-y, adventure-y, just like the game below, because he's very excited for the game to come out. And he showed me some stuff before, and I must not have paid very much attention. But to really get the feeling of what he wanted, what he really wanted in his pixel art, I consumed all of the available below gameplay trailers and all that stuff. And I was able to make him a very, very gorgeous pixel art, and I was really excited. And now he's got me hooked and excited about this game coming out. So yeah, I'm now looking very forward to Below. It looks like a very fun game. I thank you for listening to my rant about what games I like to play during 2016. What games did you play this year? What games tickled your pickles? Let me know in the comments. Boop ba boop 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 boop. This is my outro song. Please don't sue me for singing a song. I don't know the tune, so we're just singing the outro song. Click the links. Outro song. Click the links. Outro song.